Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. Today we work out the tightness in our bodies. Best way to do that is to move. So sitting tall, we'll begin with our breath, moving our ribs, our diaphragm, and making the spine nice and tall here just by breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. When you inhale, you'll feel a little movement. Hold that extension of the body and exhale, holding the body tall. Being present for your practice today. So let all the distractions go for this short practice. Let's bring our hands down by our side and roll the shoulders back and down. Little bit of movement in the shoulders. We'll start from the top of the body and work our way all the way through our joints. Rest the hands for a moment. Let's take the nose into a circle. And circle it in the other direction. And then holding the head right over your shoulders, turn your cheek to one side, come back to center, and turn it to the other side. Let's connect that with our breath. Take a nice inhale, sit tall. Exhale, turn the head. Inhale it back to center. Exhale and turn it in the other direction. And then inhale back to center. Once again, hands at your side. And we roll the shoulders forward. And then we'll keep one arm down, take the other arm up at an angle. Bring the hands back in front of the heart. Again, in the other direction. Reach high. And bring it back to center. Alternating side to side here. Finding a little movement in the side ribs. The muscles pulling on the side of the hip as we reach. Finding movement in our arms and shoulders. One more. And then we'll bring it down. Let's claw the hands. Work through the joints of the hands here. So bending not into a fist, but just clawing the fingers, moving through the joints in your hands. And now circle the hands, working into our wrist, and circle them in the other direction. And then place one hand under an elbow and take the whole lower part of your arm into a circle here. And circle it in the other direction. We'll do it on the other side. Rest the elbow in the palm and circle the hand around. And reverse it. And then bring that hand down to rest. Hands at your side in mountain. Lift the heels, lift the toes. So we're working into our feet now. Our ankles. Hands on your hips. Let's lift one foot, circle the toe in a circle here, like you're drawing the letter O. And then circle it in the other direction. And place that down, lift the other foot, circle. Get as much movement in the ankle area as you can, and then reverse it. And place that foot down, lift one leg, and then lift the other. So you can see, even sitting in the chair, we can get into every joint of our bodies. Let's keep that first leg up, kick it out, flex the toes, point the toes, bend the knee and bring it down. Lift, extend, point, and flex. Bend and down. Let's do it a couple more times here. Getting into the lower part of the body. So our hip, our knee, and our ankle. Bend and down. Let's try it on the other side. Sit tall. Take a nice breath and lift, exhale, extend. Inhale and exhale here. Bend and bring it down. Let's do it again. Up, out, point and flex. In and down. 2 more. And then bring it in and down. Heel toe the feet apart here. I invite you to bring your thigh to the corners of your chair and just rock side to side, keeping the feet on the floor. And then we'll take the body into a circle. So we come forward to the other side, back a little bit. Use your core muscles here to help you move through the hips. Let's circle in the other direction now. Shifting weight from sit bone to sit bone, thigh to thigh. One more time. And then come on up, heel toe the feet back in. Place the bottoms of your feet together. Open your knees and close. Open and close. Inner thighs working here. And also the hips. A little bit into the knees and ankles. And then place the feet flat on the earth. Let's turn sideways in our chair. Take our foot to one side of the chair. The other leg is going to be right in front of the chair. The knee can be bent. And we're going to take that outer arm and circle it up and over. Bigger movements now through the joints of the shoulder. Reverse it, turning the palm out. And just mindfully moving here, keeping the elbows soft. And then we'll push it forward and bring it back. Brush your ribs and look over your shoulder. Supporting yourself on the other thigh. Taking your time, inhaling as you twist, exhale. One more. And then bring that arm down at your side. Now we're going to take this outside leg, we're going to step it back and try to straighten it as much as we can. And then bend it and straighten it. Now this might be a smaller movement for you, and that's okay. Press a little bit into the toes here. Keep the heel lifted. A little bit of movement. And then we'll step that back and in. Pivot once again to the front of your chair. Let's get into the spine before we go over to the other side, doing a few cat-cows. So on our cow, we roll the shoulders down and push the heart forward and up. And then round your spine, tuck your chin, and come into cat. One more. And come up to neutral. Let's take it to the other side now. So we step one foot to the side of the chair and the other knee is straight down in front of your chair. And we take that arm out and bring it back in. Let's circle it up and over. And we'll reverse that, palm out, take it back, keep the elbows soft. And then once again, bring that arm forward, parallel to the floor, brush your ribs, look over your shoulder. Notice a little bit of movement in your lower ribs. So you could do this kind of movement every day and in a chair. Last one. Let's bring that arm down, Step around to the front, keep the knees wide. Take one shoulder into the center, lift, and the other shoulder. Stretching through the back side of your body now. One more on each side. And then we sit tall and we bring the feet in, heel, toe, until we're back to our mountain position. Place your fingertips on your shoulders and circle your elbows around. Coming back up to the upper part of our body and circle in the other direction. So today's practice is just about moving through the joints to ease any kind of stiffness. Bring the elbows forward and back, forward and back. We can combine this movement with our cat-cow. So coming into cat, and then reversing that and lifting the heart, opening up the arms. Bring the arms forward, cat, cow. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you round. Next time you come up, stay and release the arms down. Just notice the energy now that you have in your shoulders, in your arms, in your chest and upper back. A little bit of movement. I'm going to stand next and do a little more movement standing. Please join me. I invite you to put your chair off to the side and stand sideways to the chair. Your hand can be on the chair for stability or hands on your hip if you're working on balance. And we're going to lift our weight up, so breathe up the body here. Feel how light you can get in your feet without even moving your feet. Just get light. And then put all your weight into the leg nearest the chair and swing the outer leg. So this is where the chair might be handy. You just press the palm down on the chair. That gives you a little more stability. And now we're going to move that whole leg, the same leg, into a bicycle motion. So it comes up, extends out, and comes down. Comes up, extends out, and comes down. So hand can be on the chair for this. We're just moving through those joints. A little bit more motion here as we stand. Lift the leg out to the side. Maybe 4 times. Feel that opening in the inner thigh. And now kick it back. Feel that in your back, glutes, lower back. One more time. Good. And now if you want to reverse yourself and use the other hand on the chair, I'm going to stay right here and swing the other leg forward and back. Just finding some stability maybe by placing our hands on our hips and working on balance, or keeping your hand on the chair. And then we'll bring that down, and we're going to do those bicycles again. So we lift and bend, kick it out and bring it down, up, out, and down. So you can see when we did this in the chair earlier, you got the motion into the joints. Here, there's a little more motion, a little more range of motion, I should say, and a little more weight because we're standing, so that does challenge us a little bit. And now I'm going to turn a little sideways here and lift that leg out to the side and down. One more time, and then we kick it back. Just feel the squeeze in your glutes. Just working on moving through the body, moving mostly the joints today. And here we worked on the hip joint. So let's give it a little movement in the hips by going into circles. Soften your knees and just circle those hips around. And if you don't like circling, you can just rock them side to side. That's okay too. Let's go in the other direction now if you're circling. And then we'll come to mountain pose here. Separate the feet a little bit and take the arms up straight overhead. so that they're parallel. I call this I, and we want the belly in, the spine long, and keep the chin tucked for this one. And then we bring the hands down. As we do, bend into your knees. Place the hands right here between your legs. And then we're going to bring them up and we're going to widen them. I call this Y. We look like a Y, yes. And then bring them down, bend the knees. Notice today I am moving the knees through this letter T and then down. So it's I, release, bend the knees, Y, bend the knees. So it's like a little squat. Yep, snuck those in there. Moving those joints of the knees. I know it's sometimes our knees hurt and we say, oh, I can't. Try a little. You'll find that if you can find some gentle, controlled movement in your knees, over time you'll find more movement, ease of movement, I should say, in the knees. They get stiff. We want to move them and release that tightness. But we want to do it in a way that's right for our bodies and safe. Last time, right here, the letter T and hold. Reaching the hands in opposite directions, palms are down. Let's turn the foot closest to the chair, towards the chair, and maybe step into a wider stance here. And we'll just hold this, legs are straight. We're going to bring one hand down to that front leg nearest the chair, and the other arm goes straight up. So now we're stretching, opening up in the front side of the body here. You should feel a stretch right across the chest, drawing that top shoulder back a little bit. You can look straight ahead, you can look down. And if you feel wobbly here, you could also be here with a hand on the chair. So find your triangle here. Take another breath. And then bend into the front knee. Float the hands back up and reach them in opposite directions. And lower them down, pivot the feet, mountain pose. So we're going to do that on the other side. And again, I'm going to be moving away from the chair. You can turn so that you can continue to use the chair. Here we go. So we separate the feet and we want to turn that foot that we're going to bend towards out at about a 90-degree angle. Keep your legs relatively straight. And again, you could use your chair or you could put your hand on the inner side of the leg here for stability. Draw the top shoulder back and reach up. Keep the chin slightly tucked. You can look forward, you can look down, or you can look up at that top hand. Keeping the spine long, chin tucked. Stretching across the front of the body. And then exhale, bend into the front knee, come up, reach the hands out in opposite directions, and then release it down, pivot your feet, and step into your mountain here. Let's just roll the shoulders here a little bit, one way and then the other, so that we loosen up and don't hold any tightness in our upper back here. Take a nice breath. So now we're face the chair and walk into our down dog, and it can just be an easy down dog today. So soften your knees, take one hand off the chair and then lift it as you turn to the side, bring it across your body. This is a great movement. You'll also often see me put it in the videos because I feel it is a good movement and a safe movement for your shoulders. Let's cross it over, hold that, look at your chair, replace that hand to the chair, take the other arm out, lift, exhale as you turn. Inhale and lift, exhale and turn. Crossing over the body and getting some movement. And the movement isn't just in the arm or shoulders here. I feel it in the hips, and I'm actually bending my knees a little. Last one, bring it across, look at your chair, place the hand on the chair and come up, walk towards your chair and come into your mountain pose. And then we'll separate the feet again. Now this time, if you are facing your chair, turn sideways so you have room to move your arms. And we're going to bend into the knees and bring the arms forward. And as we straighten the knees, we bring the hands back. So it's forward and back. We can add on to that a bend in the elbow. Bring the elbows in, stretch it out and down. In, out, and down. And for this one, you can do nice and slow, or you can speed it up. What kind of movement do you want? And you're probably warming up now, so this is a good one to do standing after we've done the work in the chair. And then come to stillness and step into your mountain. Take a breath there, and when you're ready, separate the feet even wider now. We're going to take one hand over to the side, lift the heel that you're turning away from, and bring it back. Other side, and back. And again, slow, moving through our twist here, standing, or a little faster for a little warming sensation in the body. Go where you can. Slow it down. And then stop. Keep the feet apart, and we're going to take the arms back and forth. Careful with the chair, so I'm turning a little sideways here. Crisscrossing. Notice I'm bouncing into the knees a little. And I'm going to start to bring those hands up. Still crisscrossing. Bring them up as high as is comfortable for you. And down. Just finding that movement in the joints to get rid of all that tightness in your joints and primarily in your muscles. Yeah, that's where we want to have some movement to release tension. And last time, bring them down and come to your mountain pose. And again, notice that energy. I noticed it. Feels good. Take a nice breath and let it out. One more thing standing here today. Place a hand on the chair, other arm is out, and it's at a right angle here. So we want to bend that arm a little bit and keep the arm bent. Lift the opposite knee and bring the elbow forward. So the bend in the arm stays the same. We're moving the leg and we're moving the arm back and forth. And when you bring it back, give that shoulder a squeeze back. One more. And let's try a few on the other side. They look like this. So the arm's at a right angle. Keep that right angle. Lift the opposite knee and bring the arm forward and back. One more. And then release that down. Standing in mountain. Let's reach the arms up and take a nice stretch. Interlace your hands, turn your palms to the ceiling, and then lifting the ribs. So we're not just lifting with the arms. So if your arms are here, that's okay. Feel the lift in your ribs. Draw the belly in. Energy upward. And then we'll lean to one side, just gentle. Reaching up and out, stretching that side of the body. Take a breath or two here. And then on an exhale, we'll come back to center. And again, reaching up. And again, if you're here, that's okay. Lift with your ribs. And then we'll fold to the other side and take a few breaths here. Crescent stretch. And then inhale it back to center and release the hands down. Next, I want you to take the hands behind you. If you can interlace them, if not, they can just be straight back. And then we want to pull the shoulders back and take the gaze upward, stretching into the throat. Exhale, release the hands to your back, tuck your chin. So we're stretching downward with the arms, looking up with the eyes. And then releasing that, releasing the arms. One more like that. And then release. And then come to standing. Returning to the chair. Please join me. We want to do a little bit more for our feet. So let's bring one foot up onto our other thigh, opposite thigh. And we're going to press into the bottom of the foot, and the foot's going to press into the hand. Now, if you can't get your leg up here, you press very hard into the floor. Just want to make that connection, the bottom of the foot, a little tension, and then we're going to let it go, and we're going to relax that foot. So if you're here on the floor, you're just going to pick it up and wiggle it around a little. Notice the release. So press and release. Let's try it on the other side. So we want that tactile sensation in the bottom of the foot. So press the hand into the foot, press the foot into the hand, and then release and soften. And you'll feel that softening even in the leg muscles here. And release one more time. Press, press, press. And release. And then release that foot to the floor. Lift the heels, lift the toes, rocking through the bottoms of your feet. Well done, well done. And then we'll sit back a little bit more in our chair. So join me here as we rock side to side. And take the body into a circle. And maybe circle in the other direction. And then come to sit tall and comfortable in your chair. And we'll use our mind's eye next. So I'm actually going to suggest that we all close our eyes here so that we can get into the body a little deeper. So closing your eyes, notice your feet on the floor. Notice your hands on your thighs. Maybe notice the sit bones in the chair. And notice the shoulders right over your hips. Just having that sensation of the body in stillness. And notice if there's still tension in your body. And there might be. And then you take a breath and you direct that energy wherever you feel that stiffness, that tightness. And then as you exhale, you mindfully allow that part of your body to soften. So for example, we breathe into the bottoms of the feet again. And as I exhale, the feet get just a little heavier on the floor. Breathing into the hips. As I exhale, release the hips, soften through the tops of the legs. Breathing into the ribs. As you exhale, soften the ribs. Let them just rest in the body here. The muscles releasing a little. Breathe into the back of the shoulders. And on the exhale, soften there. Soften the shoulder blades down your back. Breathing down the arms into the hands. As you exhale, feel the heaviness of the hands resting on your legs. And then breathe into your face. And as you exhale, soften around your eyes. Soften around your jaw. Maybe even open and close your mouth once to release that jaw. And just pause for another couple of breaths. Mindfully releasing tension and tightness in our bodies. And then bring the hands together and rub them. Hover them over your eyes. Take a nice breath here. And as you exhale, open the eyes and bring the hands back down to your heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you relieved some of your tension as I did here today with you. Namaste.